Hey travelers, Mag and I here on day 38 of our trip across the United States. Right now we're shooting from Fort Island. We've walked to the end of the trail, and it's kind of an interesting spot because you're out here in the middle of the woods and you have it all to yourself, but at the same time, the freeway's not too far away. It's the constant sound of almost a river, but a river of cars. We're sitting on the edge of Akron right now. We're about to head into the city. We'll get a chance to check out the city for a little bit before we get on the road for the day. Our goal is Canton, and we don't have too much between us and there. So it should be a pretty smooth day. We'll take it as it comes, and we'll see what the road has to offer. So come on, let's go check this out.
We decided to start our morning off with a walk through the trails in Fort Island Park. Many visitors to this park prefer to come early in the morning because it provides an opportunity to see many different species of birds. The trail itself is mostly an elevated boardwalk over a wetland marsh. Since we were here in pursuit of an earth cache, we were focused on the geological features of this area. It is considered a bog forest with the peaty soil running as far as 40 feet deep in some locations. The development of this area was a result of esker formations with the movement of glaciers. It was pretty interesting to look at this park through that lens. It gave us a much greater appreciation of the biological diversity we saw out here. Ai-chan still had plenty of energy left when we finished up at the park, so we decided to keep the hike going. We relocated to the trails at Gorge Metro Park and then got right back out there again. Our first stop along the way was the Cuyahoga Falls. We were able to walk out on the seemingly placid part of the river over the top of where the water falls. It's very different seeing a waterfall from the top versus the bottom, so we needed to get down where we could see it from underneath as well. We followed the trail over until we reached a set of stairs leading down. It seemed pretty clear that this was the place we were looking for. As we descended on our way down, the sound of the water grew louder. Always something that I look forward to. And then we catch our first sight of the falls creeping through the trees. Wow, that really is something. Come on, Ai-chan, let's see if we can get a little closer still. Yep, there it is. That's what I was looking for. That clean sheet waterfall right over the manufactured edge. Time to sit and relax for a bit while we figure out the earth caches that are ahead on the trail. Come on, Ai-chan, it's time we climb our way out of here. Our next stop is the Mary Campbell Cave, which is located on the trail above us. As usual, the puppy wasn't too hot on the idea of climbing stairs, but she accepted it and got on the move. Personally, I've just started comparing all of the stairs to the steps in Pennsylvania. By comparison, they're all very manageable. Right, Ai-chan? Come on, pup, it flattens out just over here. We needed to pay attention to the different kinds of stones as we went. Along the way, we passed Orangeville Shale, Sharpsville Sandstone, and Meadville Shale. I sure was glad to see this bench sitting over the cave overhang, though, because it gave me a chance to sit and figure out the next step with the gorge trail ahead temporarily closed. We passed through several small towns along the way, but the one that really caught my attention was this display in Youngstown. I was trying to picture this vehicle in use, and the poor driver who has to deal with the road rage out of that cannon. To the southwest of Youngstown is Mills Creek. It's a windy drive into the hills, and you get to follow the course of the river most of the way. And once again, I could hear the sound of water falling over the edge. So I had to follow it to see what kind of falls I was working with. While not as impressive as Cuyahoga Falls, I still did like this little surprise over here. Once again, you've got to appreciate the symmetry of a man-made water feature. Then we reached our destination, the Mill Creek Furnace. Yet another earth cache. I can always appreciate an earth cache that brings you to a beautiful location like this. And getting a little bit of geology and a little bit of history mixed in together is the perfect mix. Constructed in 1820, this was the first Youngstown furnace. And our last stop of the day was Salem. The marker welcoming us into town gave me a little bit of a laugh, because it was a big change of pace from Salem, Massachusetts.
Ai-chan doesn't know it, but we're on our way to see longtime friends that we haven't seen in years. when she realizes she's going to be so excited. Hey Jen. Hey Jen, we're gonna go see your friend. Hi Jen, you ready to see our friends? Yeah? Ai-chan, who's that? Ai-chan, who's that?
Hi. Oh,
Oh my goodness!
hello.
She's like, wait, does that mean...
After you.
Does that mean... Well, travelers, that wraps up another day on the road. We made it to our destination. I'd like to introduce you to my pal, Supply, and his buddy, Winston. Winston and Ai-chan are going to be spending the day together tomorrow, all day. It's an admin day, so there won't be any road time. It's going to be a day to relax and catch up with friends. Very excited about it. Today went exactly the way it was supposed to. We covered our 200 miles, made it through the day, all the way from Akron to Canton. I realize that doesn't look like a long way on the map, but when you take the route I did, it's definitely a lot longer. Like this video, subscribe to this channel, and we'll see you out on the trails.